Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I have an instructive game to share with you from 1992. This was a rapid game between Garry Kasparov on the white end and Vladimir Kramnik. Okay, the opening we have here, Rossolimo Attack. Very instructive to see how quickly Black's position collapses as soon as control is lost over the center. From here it is e6, castles, knights now connected, follow up now, c3. c3 and rook e1, both very popular moves in this position, both play a role in opening up new squares for the bishop. So if rook e1 and a6, bishop can fall all the way back to f1, sidestepping any expansion by black on the queen side with tempo. c3 in this game. Black plays d5 here. If a6, the bishop can snake around now to this vacant c2 square. Okay, black plays in the center, d5 it is, e takes d. Black recaptures with the queen. The two main options are the piece recaptures. Knight takes on d5. You can play in the center with d4. Queen doesn't have direct sight of d4 there. Taking with the pawn would not be a good idea, opening up this file here. So queen captures d5. Now you still could play d4 in this position. You have to make sure of your follow-up moves. After this capture, the bishop would be under fire. How Kasparov plays it, puts the rook on a half-open file. Very sensible, remains flexible with his d-pawn for another move. And let me throw this one to you as a pop quiz, multiple choice one for you. Are you going with A, knight development, and then this idea to play bishop e7, or B, g6 with bishop g7? You a fan of the fianchetto or not? Feel free to pause the video. Okay, this is where black goes wrong. Computer prefers a knight move, and then developing the bishop to e7. Both require two tempi before black can castle kingside. What's the issue with g6? What's the issue with trying to fianchetto? Very instructive to see how Kasparov takes advantage of this seemingly natural approach to completing development. Something I want to note is that if black goes after this bishop with c4, that wouldn't be a problem. c4 could be met conveniently with knight a3. Not only defending the bishop, but targeting c4 for a second time. That pawn will be lost. All right, black's play here is with g6. One more pop quiz. What is your move here? Feel free to pause the video. Okay, at the very top, we have b4, the move in the game. I love this move. What's going on? Knight pawn challenging bishop pawn. If that exchange could get in there, white increases his control over the center. Eventually, when d4 is played, that d-pawn can no longer be captured. Also, a square has opened up for the bishop. There's a bit of a race to see who could get on this main diagonal first. Black is not there just yet. Now, in the game, we see bishop to g7. If black captures on b4, believe it or not, black is lost. Lost because white would have c4. What's going on here? Queen targeted, the threat here on the bishop addressed, and white would be able to get on the main diagonal first. And look at the domino effect this would have on black's entire position. How are you saving the rook? You got to move the rook. Now what are you doing with the king? No kingside castles, caught in the center. Black is going to get blasted from here. d5 break nearby. It's calling this around plus 2.5. Okay, very important that black not allow this bishop to get on this diagonal first. Bishop g7 from here, bishop b2, and black in this position castles. Now, I tested out the capture on b4 in this position, and I was shocked by a couple of the follow-up moves here. I have to share this one with you. If black captured on b4 rather than castles here, and c4 is played, check out this only move here for black. The only way to stay in the game is with queen captures knight. And white's response here, believe it or not to recapture. If you take here on f3, there's bishop captures bishop, the body count at that point, 2 minor pieces versus the queen, and the other detail, the rook is ready to fall. Notice how this pawn in this position plays a role with this line, does not allow a knight move to have the rooks connected. The only move here for white is to defend the bishop specifically on this c1 square. If you go to c2, you're inviting a queen move to get out of the line of fire. Gets there with tempo. Queen takes queen, knight takes queen. With the knight on f5, the bishop on g7 is defended. The only move here, queen c1. Now what? If bishop takes bishop, queen captures bishop, there'll be a problem on h8 and f3. Best line from here is queen d3, allowing this dark square bishop exchange. At the end of this, it calls it about +1. I imagine this piece is going to be a great thorn in black's side for the rest of the game. Unopposed bishop. Anyhow, pretty wild line right there. How black plays it, no capture here on b4. Kingside castles it is. Follow up c4. Black goes with queen h5 here. It's right around this point where we now see black lose control over the center. I believe the train of thought here is to keep an eye on c5, prepare to meet the capture with the recapture. How the computer wants to play, it says go home, queen d8, or d3 first, provoking rook e3 with then queen back home. This here, I'm going to put on this line here. If the top line is played, queen back home, bishop exchange, and then a capture on c5, computer says hop in the center, drop the knight into d4 before white is able to get rolling with the d pawn. The d pawn here backward. This is how the computer wants to play it down the pawn, but has a grip over d4 and can be reinforced as well. Okay, black's play from here, queen h5, bishop captures bishop, king captures bishop, b takes c5, and from here we have queen recapture on c5. Yet again, computer wants to play a move that watches over this d4 square. It's looking at e5 from here to hold up d4. From here, it wants to go with an exchange, and then h3 cutting out some pin idea. Okay, how it is played here. After the capture on c5, the simple recapture, and this is essentially lost now for black. It's about +1.5 now. The center gets rolling. d4 with tempo. Knight c3, very healthy development here for the knights. Open lines, backward development for black's queen side here. Also, that dark square bishop, black's dark square bishop has been removed. That's a key defender of the king side. f6, h6, both holes, and there are a few pieces that can certainly still exploit those gaps. Follow up from here, rook d8, bishop for knight exchange, queen recaptures, queen e2, defending c4, a6, rook a to c1, queen c7, and d5. So position opening up further. What are you supposed to do here? A diagonal has just opened up towards the king. How black plays it, he goes with f6. He's pitching a pawn, trying to keep it somewhat closed. He's going to use the knight as a blockader, but this is going to get broken down. We'll see that. If black goes with something else, I'm just going to make a passing move. I'm not even really sure what move to put on here. Let's just say h6 is played to demonstrate. From here, white could take on e6 and then drop the knight into d5. What a monster piece here. If you take with the knight, pawn recaptures, the queen is hit, and the bishop would be hit. Also, if you take with the bishop, once again, the recapture, queen is hit, and the knight would be hit. And if you try to work around this knight, you're going to run into some serious trouble. Queen d6, there's queen b2. What's happening here? White clearly coordinating on that big weakness, f6. That's not going to end well either. So whatever black tries, it's going to be big trouble. In the game, it is f6. We get the capture on e6. Rook d6, knight d5, queen d8. She was under fire there. And now comes knight captures f6, collecting a pawn. What do you do from here? We have rook captures e6. If king captures knight, that's checkmate. So poison knight. Rook captures e6 it is. Knight e4. Save the knight. You're in a pin, but you're going to get out of it shortly. From here, knight c6, queen b2 check, and from here the rook gets kicked around a bit. Knight f to g5, no rook exchange. Rook e5, trying to shut down this coordination here on f6. In comes f4, and after just one more move, rook c to d1, black resigns. What do you do here? Black down a pawn, more vulnerable king, backward development here on the queen side, and a knight that is ready to pounce in the position here, an octopus knight there on d6. There's no surviving this position. So I tested a couple moves out. If bishop d7, you could go pawn hunting, win a second pawn, work on the pinned bishop. And if the queen moves to, let's say, a square where she still has an eye on f6, here, there's knight d6 hitting the rook, hitting the queen, let's say queen f8, knight d6 yet again. Monster piece. Rook is hit, and also this move is supported, a pin and win of the queen. Okay, good moment to resign here. Only a 26 mover. Your thoughts on this one? Feel free as usual to leave any feedback to this video in the comments section below. Hope you enjoyed it and maybe took a thing or two away. That's all for now. Take care.